What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
My name is Jeff.
And to episode 9 of my monthly trophy list review series. Although it is episode 9, it is the start of a new year, so the leaderboards have started again. We've improved them a little bit. Safakot's now taken over that also. He's done a great job, so make sure you stay till the end to check that out. And of course, we're going to have a little look at what I've been doing through January, as well as what the Discord have been doing. And let me just say, you've absolutely smashed it. Let's go. So welcome back, everyone. As usual, we're going to start off with my profile. We'll get all of that out the way, and then we move on to the good stuff, as usual, which is you guys, of course. So we'll fly through mine. It's not going to take too long. I've had an okay January. It was better than December, where I didn't get any platinum trophies, whereas this time around we've managed to get 2. So yeah, we'll fly through mine and then on to the good stuff. So trophy level then, we are up to 685. I was 684 last month, so we've leveled up once. Like I say, it's hard to level up at this point unless you're doing loads and loads and loads. But yeah, we've moved up a level. Good stuff. Last month I was 16,772. We're now at 16,855. So we've managed to get 83 trophies over the course of January, which might not seem like a lot, but I have been grinding out a few games, just trying to catch up, of course. And as for the platinums, mentioning there that I'd managed to get 2. We've gone from 432 to 434. Honestly, it's killing me not playing these grubs and barely seeing it move, but you know, it is what it is. Golds then, so we're now on 2,994, closing in on that 3,000 mark for the gold. As of last month, I was on 2,987, so we have had 7 golds over the course of January. With the silver, I was 3,743, so we've had an increase of 17 silvers. And as for the bronze, you can see there that one 9,667. Last month it was 9,610, so we've had a little increase of 57 bronze. So it's not too bad, you know. I've had an okay January considering, you know, how busy things have been. So yeah, it's certainly an improvement on the kind of the month previous. As for the games themselves, so I was 514 games played last month. We started one game, which is Forspoken, which we will get to in just a moment. But the completed games was 410. So we've managed to, you know, kind of mention the 2 platinums. Of course, we've got 2 games to 100%. So we're going in the right direction, guys. We really are. I will get there. I really will. Falling behind a little bit, but I can feel it. It's coming. Completion rate has jumped up a little bit as well, so although I've started Forspoken, which has added 54 trophies, kind of finishing 2 games and moving the others I'm playing along, we've taken that from 94.03 to 94.17, which is really nice. And we've also brought the unearned down, so again adding 54 trophies, but I was 1,141 unearned last year, so we have brought that down a little bit. And yeah, I mean, my next goal really is, while I'm catching up, is I need that under 1,000. It's starting to bug me a little bit, I must say. Trophies per day, unfortunately, has gone down. It's going to happen for a while now, I imagine, because I'm not playing these easy titles. We've gone from 5.64 down to 5.61. But the views has jumped up, which is really nice to see. So as of me doing the monthly review last time, I'd had 4,013 views, which is, it's jumped up 344 in the last month. So, you know, I appreciate you guys coming to check me out and, you know, and seeing what I've been doing. The rankings, again, it used to be something I put a kind of a huge focus on, but because of stopping these easy titles, it really is so hard to maintain and keep up with people. So we've had a bit of a drop. So I was 4,811th in the world. We've dropped 117 places, as you can see, and even in the UK, you know, I was 552nd as of last time we'd done the review, and we've dropped 13 places there. But yeah, we've lost overall around between 100 and 120 places since August in the UK, since stopping these easy games. So you can really see, you know, kind of what happens basically. Unless you're playing these things, it's impossible to kind of manage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down to kind of where we last touched on, which I'll kind of stop it here. I know it's saying November, but I'm still playing them basically. So starting with Demon Souls, I know the last trophy I got was actually in November. However, I haven't been playing it a lot because of these other games that I'm trying to finish before I go back to it. But every now and again, where I've had kind of half an hour to an hour before work, if I've managed to get dressed quickly, all that good stuff, and I didn't know what to do with my time left, rather than playing a game and playing an hour of a story and not getting into it, I've just been leveling up on Demon Souls. So I've been running a few areas that are quite good for Souls, just to level my character up, so that when it comes to me sort of playing it properly and I start moving on to the next area, hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully I'm a little bit overpowered, which would be quite nice. But in terms of trophies, yeah, no real progress. Same with The Last of Us. You'll remember, if you've watched the last episode, that I bought the PS5 version for myself and Becky to kind of work our way through in preparation for the TV show, but our schedules really haven't aligned in order for us to do much gaming. And then what is a great thing is when we've had chance to game, she's actually been playing her own games, so I didn't want to kind of interrupt that, because I want to kind of get her on board with what I'm doing and be excited by it like we all are. So yeah, like last night is a great example. We were going to play some Last of Us, so I could hopefully have some trophies to show for it on the video now. But she started Spider-Man and she didn't want to put it down, so I thought, you know, best to leave her enjoy it. You know, she's getting stuck in. I'm all for that. So we will find time to play it. We're going to have to, because I've held off on watching the next few episodes of the TV series, because I would much rather she experience the game first, if I'm being honest. But I imagine over the course of February we're going to get this boxed off. I mean, let's face it, it's not a very long game, is it? So a couple of sessions, we'll get it done. Super Meat Boy, still ongoing. I won't talk about this too much because I'm thinking about doing a part 2 for it. You know, I'm assuming you guys will have watched it, but if you haven't, go and see it. And if you're new to the channel, I've done a video around my experience with Super Meat Boy to a certain point. I've progressed it from there, and it's starting to get to the more difficult stuff now, where I'm doing Missile Boy. I've done a lot of practice. I think I can do it. It's just a case of putting a bit more effort in, and I do think I can get Missile Boy done. The reason I haven't done it yet is, you know, some of these trophies, as you'll know, are so difficult. They could take you all day, and because I'm falling behind on my games, I didn't want to fall even further behind with like Forspoken coming out and then Hogwarts Legacy. So I've kind of just put it on hold for a minute while I finish some of these other games off, and then we'll go back to it once we've caught up. Basically, that's all it really is. God of War Ragnarok we finally finished, so that was done on the 6th of January. That was my first platinum of 2023. Absolutely unbelievable game. Still don't know if I prefer it over the 2018 God of War. I've said it on a few videos now. I felt like it lacked its pace. It had pacing issues. I couldn't get my words out there, but I just felt, although it was nice seeing moments with Atreus and things like that on his own, it just kind of, I don't know, something was just missing a little bit for me. You know, like I felt the story was kind of hitting a real good moment, and then I went off and I met Angra Border, and I'm collecting fruit for an hour. And yeah, the dialogue was great, but it just kind of put a massive halt on what was happening, and that seemed to happen too many times for me. But yeah, the game, it's exceptional, isn't it? I mean, I'm picking faults here, but it was unbelievable. Human Fall Flat P is back in here because we've jumped in and completed another DLC. You know, they dropped another pack there with 3 trophies. One of them glitched out on me, which is quite annoying, and then I had to repeat the level again. But yeah, we're back to 100%. Need for Speed Unbound. So we've done the campaign now. Finished all that off. I'm gonna sort of take a break from the campaign where you need to 3-star all the activities and do collectibles, and I'm going to clean up the online before doing that. We'll do that, and then yeah, finish off what needs to be done. That shouldn't take me too much longer, you know, to be fair. Tony Hawk's, I managed to get a couple of trophies on. I still haven't put a real kind of focus on this. I was trying to catch up my other games before really having a good go at this. But yeah, hopefully next month we've got more to kind of show for it or even talk about. But I've just been jumping in every now and again and getting a trophy or two kind of where I can. FIFA 23 finally done. Yeah, I did say, I think it might have been on the last monthly review, where it might take me a couple of months and I'd chip away at it, because I was really dreading the dazzling personality trophy, and also I can't remember the name of the trophy, but within Volta you've got to buy like 50 vanity items, because I know how long they could take. I was really put off doing it, but I just kind of woke up one day and I just had this kind of motivation just to get FIFA done, because I needed it finished. I wanted those ultra rares as well, which actually got me to 200. So we hit 200 ultra rares, which is awesome. But yeah, I just needed it finished. Done the Volta, and then yeah, there was absolutely no need for the grind for that dazzling personality trophy. Not quite as bad as the Volta trophy in FIFA 20, but it was still, you know, a real pain. So Forspoken then, ignore the dates on these next two. So you'll notice, although we're doing a monthly review for January, you'll see Forspoken here, 1st of Feb, and then also Crisis Core, which I played prior to doing this recording. So just due to commitments, I haven't been able to record until the 2nd of February. So yeah, I didn't want to just not play my games. So yeah, although I've been playing them all month, I've popped trophies today and yesterday, but I'm sure you guys will let me off. So Forspoken, absolutely love it. I know it's kind of the reviews are a bit all over the place, but honestly, it's absolutely great. I mean, it's kind of repetitive, but you know what open world game isn't. You know, I am kind of just going around collecting the same things really. Yeah, it's difficult to explain, you know, and I wouldn't want to ruin it for those of you who maybe wanting to give it a chance. But you know, the powers are super cool. You know, the parkour, you know, kind of exploring the world and the way you traverse it is brilliant. The story is very intriguing as well. I've kind of got loads of questions in my head that I can't wait for them to be answered, or I hope they're answered. But yeah, it's such a cool little game. And you know, I beg you, give it a chance, even if it means you're waiting a little bit in terms of the price coming down. Honestly, give it a go. I was going to do a full video on Forspoken, but just kind of my commitments with work and other things have kind of prevented it. But I thought I'd just use the time to mention it now. You know, it really is fantastic. Please, you know, go and give it a chance. And that brings us to Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, which we've been playing a little bit. Yeah, popped some trophies today for finishing the story. We changed it to hard mode for the last battle, so we've got those trophies on there. I'm just kind of grinding away now at the missions, 100% in the DMW list, and then I've got a few kind of miscellaneous trophies as well that I missed out on because I didn't realise that chapter select wasn't a thing when I first started it. I just assumed it would be like the 7 remake, but it isn't. Although when you complete the game, you can start clear. I don't even know what the terminology is, but clear game, new game or something. It is a new. It's sort of a new game plus, but it only retains certain things from the previous save. It doesn't actually have everything in there, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, it's brilliant. I really enjoyed going through this. As I mentioned on the video I made for this, if you haven't seen that one, go and check it out, where I talk a little bit about my first few hours of the game and kind of my predictions of what the trophies would entail, that kind of stuff. But yeah, really enjoyed it. You know, I know the story for the most part from playing the original, but it's been very nice to see it kind of told in full. And yeah, like I say, great game. Again, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, get it played. If you're not, go and play 7 Remake. Like Rob, go play 7 Remake, play Crisis Core, play the original, play them all, buddy. Play them all, they're all fantastic. But yeah, that's kind of where I've been with January. Hopefully we have a good February and we've got more platinums to show for it as of next month. You know, yeah, it's been a great January, and I can't wait to now jump over to, you know, our monthly platinum collection in the Discord and see what you guys have been doing. So to the monthly platinum collection then, and yeah, I'm very excited for this. This is always my favorite part, is kind of seeing what you guys have been doing. If of course, you know, this is the first time that you've stumbled upon the channel, my videos, this is something we do every month. So although there's, you know, a lot of other stuff going on, every single month I am asking everyone to submit their monthly platinums, and then simply put, I'm going to talk about all of them. So yeah, come and join in the fun. And as I've mentioned in the intro, we've got our leaderboards as well, which has started fresh as of January. So very, very excited to see who's won that, who's started the month strong. It's it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So starting us off then, who have we got first? Who's popped their list down? It's Rushy Rocker 1. Quite straightforward here, not a bad month. So unlike Rob, who gives me a 50-page essay to read about his games, just keeping it simple there, not a bad month, like it. But to be fair, be modest, aren't you, buddy? That's a great month. What have we got? So we've got Breakpoint, very, very nice. The Sims 4 done. FIFA 18, nice, which is a juicy ultra rare. You've done Ghostbusters, The Division, Moving Out, and also Control as well. And yeah, very, very impressive month. I know you're saying it's not a bad month, but that's great. I wish I could get a month like that. That'd be really nice. But yeah, what a month for Rock. I really, really like that. So Pocket Monster Hunter, awesome, who we've recently done a review of their list. Go and check that out. I rarely ever get 3 in 1 month. John Wick Hex doesn't have a guide, but I'd say it's a 6 out of 10. So you've done Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, John Wick Hex, and Ben 10 Power Trip. Now, I don't know if this is just the way you've written it, but I have heard a few people think because we need 3 platinums to enter the leaderboard, that often people don't post in the monthly platinum collection. So basically, yeah, I mean, yeah, you might not get on the leaderboard for having 2 or even 1, but definitely post it in here. You know, it's still something that I'm going to read out and discuss. So yeah, if you've only got 1 or 2, please get them submitted. I'd love to talk about your amazing efforts, you know. But no, great month. Pocket Monster Hunter, like it, and it's nice to see that you've got Crisis Core done in there as well. So Phillips to Rhyme, been a slow month for me actually, as wifey travelled with newborn son, whilst my daughter's stuck with me at work, but can't complain. Happy gaming everyone, actually working on COD, Modern Warfare 2019, before the end of the month as my 3rd platinum for the month, yeah. So right, let me just have a little look at this here, because it's all DLC, isn't it? I was just trying to kind of decipher what was going on because it said 56%. But yes, you've done Infinite Warfare there, and also you've done The Last of Us Part 2. Very, very nice, Phillips to Rhyme. Love to see it. Oh, here we go. He's Onyx, the main man. 4 plats this month. Not many plats this month as I used to get. Bloodborne, as you can see on the image, it's an 8 out of 10, and I want to thank Ray and Nex for the help with the Cursed and Defiled Dungeon. This game is now one of my favourite games. I loved everything except the Chalice Dungeons and the dog enemies about this game. The bosses looked amazing, the architecture and the visuals of the game so good. I completely agree, Onyx, absolutely 100%. It's a bit of a masterpiece, isn't it? Biomutant, I'm so ashamed about this partial auto pop. That's fine, we'll kind of let you off. Enigmatis, The Ghost of Maple Creek. Imagine one of those Facebook games in which you have to click on random things in the most cluttered place possible, in which a hoarder would be proud of. This is a hidden object game, just an okay one, nothing more. I haven't played these. I know little bits about them. I've seen gameplay and stuff. They look okay. Not something I've touched on though. And then we've got Ghosts of Tsushima. Such an amazing game. I loved everything about this. The voice acting. Played it with Japanese voices. Very, very nice. The stunning visuals. I think I took more screenshots in this game than I have in any other ones. I love the story a lot, and I can recommend this to anyone. It is a fantastic game. It really, really is. I do need to jump back in and finish Legends off. Maybe I'll do that at some point once I've caught up. So we've got J1085, pretty good month for me. I started a new account for 100% completion, that's why there is 2 pictures. Oh yeah, I do remember I was talking about that actually, yeah. Hawken, easiest ultra rares ever. The boss, excellent, thanks for the help. I'll probably get this on my new account sometime in the future. Human Fall Flat was just new DLC cleanup. Biomutant 6.5 out of 10, not great, but not bad either. Full review. Oh, yeah, so you've left a review in there. Very, very nice. See, I didn't mind the game. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. It was quite fun. The narrator was a little annoying, but overall, you don't have to take it too seriously, and it's quite cute. Cool little game. Cat Quest. Good little indie game with a good narrative. I didn't think it would be as long as it was for a 76% rarity platinum. I will probably get the second one done in the coming months. And then we've got Astro's Playroom, one of my favourite games. 3rd time getting the platinum in this game, which if I remember rightly, that's obviously your new account, isn't it? This second one here, where you've popped your first platinum as Astro's Playroom, which is a great one to start it with. And you know, as I've always said, rumour has it, if Astro's Playroom isn't your first platinum on your PS5, your console explodes. I don't know, you know, I don't make the rules. The boss, very own excellence. What have we been doing, buddy? Managed to get 3 platinums and 2 100% this month with a lot of help from the amazing server. Hawken 100%, easy 3-hour ultra rare mech shooter boost with the main man Flick. Brawlout, an alright platform fighter, nothing special, just a nice ultra rare boost of the Swedish legend again. Oh, ultra rare friends! Oh, friends! Lead and Gold 100%, Old West shooter, can't say much, got hard carried through the whole grind. Trying 2, a nice adventure platformer on easy. I played with MI8 Player and MC Sparky23. On hardcore, this game had so many bugs and problems for us, I can't recommend it. Glad they stuck it out with me. Yeah, like I say, we've got some great people in the, you know, in the server. If you're looking, you know, again, if you are stumbling upon me for the first time, and you're not part of any communities, and there's some games you've got that you maybe do just need that helping hand with, not necessarily help, but you might just need extra players, that kind of stuff. We've got so many guys that are more than willing to, you know, to help you guys out. And then Modern Warfare 2, in my opinion, a good COD game. Veteran campaign is pretty easy. Riot Shield is OP with a good story. Thank you to Malik Tau for the Spec Ops help. And I still need help on the Spec Ops on the Modern Warfare 2019. If someone wants to help me, still crying out for that help because it's annoying me sat at 98%. So we've got Ray the King, chill start to the year with cute Gato. I'm so confused. And the rest of the Spyro games, Arcane was nice, niche indie game, really enjoyed it for what it was. Looking to cross off a few series this year like Shadow Warrior, Devil May Cry and Souls. So yeah, Spyro 2 and 3, we've done Stray, and Arcane in there, which is a really, really good month for it. Love to see it, my man, love to see it. So we've got Wesley. Right, what have we got here? So I've created a new account, so please remove every point I have as I'll be posting in the month of the Plaque Collection with the new another slow month thanks to the grant. Right, okie dokie. So Human Fall Flat DLC cleanup, Minecraft Dungeons. Great game to just get the platinum on, however getting 100% was one hell of a RNG fest, weekly tower waiting, 15 ancient mobs, 3 pets in certain maps of ancient hunts and some more. I mean, yeah, I've never played any of the Minecraft stuff. It's never really appealed to me. So yeah, I don't know too much about kind of what's going on here. Yeah, Monstrum, 3 out of 10 difficulty, but 9 out of 10 enjoyment. Fun little horror game. The only downside is that the map is randomly generated, which makes it sometimes, so sometimes items needed don't spawn. Right, okay, I can see where you're coming from. But yeah, really, really good month. I'd love to see it, Wesley. And then we've got Black Phantom. After a good December with a lot of plats, it was bound to happen in January. A slow month with nothing too crazy. Kuami 2 was an amazing game, just like any previous Yakuza game I've played. I've picked up Sniper Elite 4 again, played a few missions, but I think this one's better to play with a friend. Yeah, I totally agree. I've tried playing it solo, but it's so much better with a buddy. Also started Neo 2, which is a way better version of Neo 1. Hopefully I'll have it ready for next month. Fingers crossed, I look forward to seeing it, Black Phantom. I look forward to seeing it. So we have Aiden_Sam. Slow start to the month, but picked up towards the end. 5 plats, 100% game, and 1 DLC cleanup. Lego City Undercover, decent little Lego game. I didn't like the way you had to use your tablet to locate collectibles. I found it kind of annoying, but overall the game was okay. Not my favourite Lego game, but not the worst either. Yeah, I would kind of agree with that. I think that's perfectly summed up, to be fair. Same issues as I had, and very similarly, it's not the worst one, but it's certainly nowhere near the best one either. Poop Slinger, really? What is that? This oh, the cough's going back there making me laugh. This was a game I got purely for the name alone, and it kind of sucked. Just got repetitive very quickly. Far Cry 2, that multiplayer grind was insane and took me most of the month to be honest, but once that was over it was time for the campaign, which I was dreading a bit due to the amount of missable and glitchy trophies, but luckily I popped them all without issue and actually quite enjoyed it. They should make more of these Far Cry games. I think it might make a good series. Nice. Dead by Daylight, just DLC clean up. Very, very cool. Burnout Paradise Remastered. Absolutely love the game when I played it back on PS3. Still love it all these years later. Such an amazing arcade racer. Probably one of my favourite racing games of all time. Nice. It was great. I had a lot of fun with Burnout Paradise. And then Winter Games 2023. Finishing off the list. A low-budget Olympic game that unfortunately wasn't very good. I only struggled with the one trophy that needed 4 controllers, but thankfully I asked 2 of my friends who live locally if they would come up with theirs, and they agreed. So shout out to Joe and Alex for this plat. Thank you, Joe and Alex. Absolute legends. Spud923. What have you done, my good friend? So my first time doing this monthly platinum collection. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you posting in here, dude. Love to see it. Rocket Arena, very boring grind, not a great game, would not recommend. Killing Floor 2, enjoyed this one, thanks to the legend Ray for the help with a couple of trophies. We had fun time playing in co-op. Callisto Protocol, this game got some stick, but I enjoyed it. I feel like if they do another one, it will be a lot better with loads of improvements. We've got Nexamon, this is a decent Pokemon clone, a bit grindy towards the end though. Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. This is a decent battle royale with an ultra rare platinum to go with it. Very tedious getting to level 50, but worth it in the end. And what have we got here? So it's been a great first month on the server, and I look forward to doing many more of these in the future. Thank you to everyone for making me feel so welcome. Here's to lots more amazing platinums this year. Very well said, Spud. I like that. Really, really nice. And then we'll just get a little picture of them. So yeah, really, really good month. Loving that ultra rare there for Vampire as well, Spud. Very, very nice. So we've got Zoltan, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. Really enjoyed this game, but the grind to 40,000 kills was very unnecessary. River City Girls 0. I love River City Girls. I wish I could say the same for the game. I understand they were playing homage to the original games on the NES, but the gameplay was just clunky and not enjoyable for me. God of War Chains of Olympus, not much to say. More God of War, which is always welcome. Yeah, absolutely. God of War, great series, isn't it? So we've got Alicia, mostly just online trophy stuff. A few completions though. I mean, what's going on here? I mean, it's going to be difficult for you. I mean, it's hard for me to see this on a computer screen, so I do apologise for anyone watching this maybe on a phone or a tablet, or if you like Nex and watches it from a bed like miles away. Or Flick, who's in the shower, he probably can't see it, can he? Because he's got shampoo in his eyes and stuff. But yeah, I'm struggling to see it. It's going to be quite hard to make it out, so apologies if I'm not going to talk about this too much, but I would just say kind of for future when we post in here, Alicia, try and do it similar to like the others, and then also filter out the games that aren't finished, just to streamline it a little bit. But no, very well done on what you have done over the course of January. So we've got Slack. These are the games I finished this month. Oxenfree I didn't like all that much, which is probably an unpopular opinion. As for God of War, I like the main story, but I thought the post-game collection grind was a chore to get through. All in all, I had the most fun with Outlast 2. The plat was pretty much smooth sailing once I practiced all the chapters on Nightmare difficulty. Still working on Shadow Warrior. Hopefully I can get it done soon. That's a very good month, that, Slack. Very, very good. Yeah, really, really impressed with that. Really, really impressed, especially the Outlast 2 Platinum. Bravo. Ice Gordy only got 1 plat, God of War Ragnarok, and it's an amazing game with an awesome story. For me personally, it's a 9 out of 10 in difficulty, 4 out of 10 like the guides say fits. The reason I got only 1 plat was because I was playing a lot of Risk of Rain 2 and managed to get it to 100% on Steam. Love this game so much. It's also on PS with easy plat, so I can recommend it a lot. I've left it in on this occasion because it is a cool little achievement, but if we can just try and stick with the PlayStation Platinums, if that's cool, just because these monthly reviews now are getting longer and longer as time goes by. We're getting more people in turn who are posting more platinums, more people have been kind of inspired by Rob, who likes to tell a bit of a story with what he's been doing, and all is good and well, but then things like this, it's kind of adding to it. So I don't want to then kind of only start picking certain people's to talk about, as I've seen before. You know, we don't want that. I want to try and focus on everyone. So yeah, we'll just stick with the PlayStation stuff if that's okay. Sorry, I feel like I've whinged loads today. I do apologise if it's come across that way. But no, just to kind of keep it on topic if that's all right. So we've got Liner Beast. What's going on with yourself, my friend? So 3 plats this month, GTA 3 and Vice City. Honestly, I expected much worse since it got bad reviews when it came out last year, but it holds up pretty well, I have to say, and had a good time with it. And then Crash Bandicoot Warped, which was your... Sorry, I've done it the other way around. I was going to say which was your 44th, but you've since got 45 and 46. Obviously, it's the easiest one out of the trilogy, but still a great experience. Yeah, I would totally agree. Well, I say it like it's only me who thinks that. It's a 4 out of 10, isn't it? Warped, where the others are they like 6 and 7, or 7 and 8, 6 and 7, something like that. But yeah, definitely the easiest of the trilogy. But yeah, great month. So, Bottyfish. Okay, so a lot of platinums, and just to kind of clarify something as well, because I know Rob, me and you had a little chat about this when we were in the chat this morning. So grubs are allowed. Me and Safu have had a little chat. So grubs are allowed, but you've got to then think if that's happening. Yes, they may well win the 20 points for most platinums in a month, but because of the kind of the average rarity for these games, they're not going to score anything in the others. They're just completely diluting their average rarity, so they're not really going to, I suppose, move forward. So we have said we would allow them rather based off of that. So what have we got then? So God of War 4 out of 10, Kratos boy. Rabisco Plus, Dragon in Space, Thunder Flash, Among Us, Concrete Genies VR Cleanup, The Walking Dead: A New Frontier Platinum as your 9,000th trophy. Very well done on the milestone, Bottyfish. Jack and Jill DX, Hellbreacher, Road Bustle, Copper Age, Racing Breakthrough Gaming and Santa Breakthrough Gaming, Spider Quiz, Chickens on the Road, Autumn Journey, and Ultra Goodness. It's kind of like a month that Next would come out with, isn't it, to be fair? But yeah, we will allow them, and although I think what I said made sense, when we get to the spreadsheet, I'll be able to clarify a little bit further. But yeah, we were going to look at not including them, but we can't. Again, I've always said we can't judge people for choosing to play some of these easy stuff. But yeah, the caveat to it is when it comes to rarest platinum and then average rarity, you're not going to score anything anyway. So Mortal Kombat, my guy Thomas, pretty decent month with 6 platinums, a 100% game, and 1 DLC cleanup for Stranger of Paradise. I can really recommend Jack Mauve if you like turn-based RPGs. Very fun little game that almost no one has played, it seems. Bastion was really good. Supergiant games never disappoint. Only have Hades left now. Really had fun with all the games I've played this month. Yeah, really, really good month, Thomas. Yeah, very, very solid. Love to see it, dude. Love to see it. SoundCloud 1985, pretty good month. Taking the cannoli was not fun the first time, but got a good method and got through it. So what have we got? Foreclosed, The Artful Escape, The Gardens Between, Deliver Us the Moon, Stray, Vice City, Siphon Filter 3, Corner, IQ Intelligent Cube, Vice City again, and then Corner again. Unbelievable month. Really, really good. So here's Rob. Here he is. Right. I've literally, because my throat isn't the best, I don't know if you've been able to tell that I sound a bit different. Yeah, I've just got a bit of a, I'm not feeling under the weather like I have been previously, but yeah, woke up with a really, my mouth was like the desert, and yeah, so what I'm going to do, if you don't mind, of course, is I'm just preparing myself for this story. So we have some water, don't we? We've always got to prepare ourselves ready for Rob's story. I think I need another mouthful, and then maybe one after each paragraph as well. Are we ready? Let's go. Hope everyone has had a great January and all the best for Feb. So nice, isn't he? What a guy. Not a bad start to the year. Managed to get 16 platinums for January. Brace yourself for the novel. Brace yourself for the novel. This may take a while, so anyone at this point wants a toilet break, I won't be offended. So yeah, if there's anything you need to do, now's the time. If you want to go and run a marathon or go to the moon and back or something, you maybe just make it back in time for me moving on to the next person. So what have we got? AC2. It had been nearly 5 years since I last played this on the PS3, and after the bad taste Valhalla left, I wanted an AC palate cleanser, and I was right. Such a great story and game. Still not as good as Brotherhood for me, but Ezio rocks. He really does. Ezio's the king, isn't he? The controls were a lot jankier than I remember, but still a fun experience. Tools up PS4. I played this with my wife. It is a lot like moving in and Overcooked, but you do DIY and houses and gardens. It was lots of fun. The base game is very easy, but the DLC does rank up the difficulty. Unfortunately, the 100% is unobtainable at the moment due to one trophy being bugged by a patch, and it doesn't look like the devs are going to patch it anytime soon, so I'll have to bear with the 98%. How annoying. That is not good. Got Amazing Spider-Man 2 on the PS3, really enjoyed this. I'd probably say more than the first game. The web swinging somehow wasn't as good in this one, but the combat was a lot better. The story was great, but there was a grind at the end of the game. You get enough XP to level up 5 if your suit's fully, but you have to fully upgrade all 13, so a bit of a grind involved, but in all, very fun game. Yeah, I do remember, and I kept running a certain mission where you kind of go into the prison, killing a group of people, and then starting again or something. And yeah, it was a little bit annoying. CSI Conspiracy. Molly had suggested to me trying these kind of games as I'd never done one and never really watched the shows, but I was pleasantly surprised how much I enjoyed doing research and experiments to work out cases, and the story was gripping also, so going to try more in this genre. So I won't touch too much on the image, although you're more than welcome to pause the video and have a little look. It's just because I know his story continues. It's like the Lord of the Rings, isn't it? It's just never ending. Madison, wow, this game is scary as hell. I don't get jump scared hardly ever, but this game had me lots of times. The story is brilliant. Also, this is the best horror I've played since Visage, and I'd go as far as saying it's the best horror I've ever played. Wow. Unlike a lot of horrors, there is some scripted jump scares, but most jump scares are random when they happen. Highly recommend this. I'll certainly have to give it a go. Yeah, I'll have to give it a try. Cat Quest 2, what can I say that what hasn't been said? Wonderful game. Can't wait to play the second one with my wife. Yeah, really good games. Love Cat Quest. Trivial Pursuit, PS3. Never played the board game as it always looked hard, but it's really simple to play. So played with my wife and my friend Andy. Hello Andy. And we had a blast and laughed our heads off in the process. Paranormal. Try that again, Jeff. Paranormal Activity, PS4. As you can tell, I've had a horror month. This game is crap though. I enjoy the movies, but this game was a pile of crap. Avoid. Listen to Rob, avoid it. I've never played it, so I can't say. The Beast Inside. This just came on consoles from the PC. I really like the look of it, so bought it within the first few weeks, and I ended up being the first person to get the plat for it on the PS4 version, so I was chuffed. Never had that before. Wasn't what I was expecting, but I still really enjoyed it and highly recommend this too. A different take on the horror genre, but I like the direction it went. Nice. After Party, from the makers of Oxenfree, really funny game. You have to outdrink Satan to get back to the land of the living and try to work out how you died. With dance battles and beer pong. Ashley Birch voices one of the demons. Highly entertaining game. That sounds amazing, actually. I'm gonna check that out. Obviously, Ashley Birch is there, so we're definitely listening to her. Vertigo, like Heavy Rain, graphic novel to a degree, was okay. Interesting twists in the story, an easy play. If you're into these games, give it a go. Goat Simulator. Started this with my wife. She lost the appeal after an hour. I enjoyed it all apart from you know what's coming, and I know what's coming because we spoke about it before I started recording. Flappy Goat, that trophy had a special place in hell. Took me 7 hours, and I lost track how many tries. But I will play Goat Sim 3 eventually. 7 hours? It's easy. Sorry, that's just me flexing because it took 10 minutes. But yeah, it's so weird. Honestly, I just don't understand. But you know, you're not the only one. We hear complaints about that trophy from a lot of people every day. So yeah, it's just, who knows? Who knows? Iron Man 2. I played Iron Man 2 earlier in January. It has no trophies, and that felt really dated, but this was lots of fun, and it made me wish they'd do an up-to-date game of Iron Man. Would be awesome. I played Iron Man 2 earlier in January. It has no... I'm so confused. It had no trophies. It has no trophies. I need to see the pit. I'm so confused. Why is it in here then, Rob? Or are you just telling us that you've played it? That is a shame if it doesn't. Oh, it does. It's there. Is it just the way it's written, or am I being silly? Am I being silly? Is it that I've done that much reading, like my mind's like imploded again? But yeah, Oxide Room 104, a horror created by two guys. You can tell it was made for PS4. It's far from perfect, but it's very unique, and I really like the setting and the story. If you can get it on offer, defo do. It's not long either. Invisimals. Never heard of this before. I just thought it looked cool, like a cross between Ben 10 and Digimon with God of War. Collectible system, and it surprised me. I had a blast playing it. So many games, man. Spyro 1, never played any back in the day. Saw Ray the Legend playing them, and I'm glad I tried it. I had a blast. Look forward to the rest. Thank you all for making it this far. Hope some of you enjoyed your nap. Until next time, happy hunting. And just as we speak, everyone's just finished their 2-hour marathon. Love to see it. No, unbelievable, Rob. Love reading through it. Love what you have to say. We're having a drink now after all that. I did well. I didn't need one after each paragraph, which I thought, unbelievable. But no, I love reading what you have to say, Rob. It is really, really nice that you go to that effort and kind of letting myself and everyone know your thoughts on these games. It really is fantastic. So what's Griff the Goat been doing then? The Witcher 3, third time getting the plat. Combat feels a lot better at 60 frames per second. Nice. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot was an auto pop. Oh, come on, Griff, you're better than this. FIFA 23, whoever made this trophy list should be strapped to a chair and made to earn dazzling personality. Yeah, I totally agree. What is the point? They've definitely put it in and just had a laugh. You know, the devs have just been laughing their heads off while they put that trophy in for sure. Awful game, even worse trophy list. Yeah, totally agree. And that's weird for me to say because I used to love FIFA. Judgment, a lot easier than the PS4 version without the Puyo mini game. Hitman 3, underrated series that more people should try. Yeah, I've never played them, and I do think I'd really like it, to be fair. Metro Last Light PS3 version has a terrible frame rate and some harder trophies like complete the game without killing any humans, so I think that's why it's ultra rare. And then we've got Super Stardust. Weird controls. It's a twin stick shooter, but you shoot with the face buttons instead of the sticks. Okay, interesting. And then as usual, we'll get the little side by side where we can see where Griff was a month ago to where he is now. If you guys want to have a little look at that. But yeah, look at those stats. Absolute goat. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And even though he doesn't play grubs, he somehow manages to maintain his country rank. I can't. MC Sparky 23, what have you been doing, my good friend? I usually sort my trophy list so that it filters out the incomplete games, but I decided not to do it this time so you can see what my cleanup looks like. A Tale of Paper. Rob was talking about this game and it sounded good, so I thought I'd buy it. I enjoyed the short time I spent with it, and it has my recommendation for anyone who likes side-scroller platformers. Jumanji, a 4-player co-op game that's free to play on PS Plus Extra. I played this with Leggy and Gibbs, and it's safe to say that we all hated it. It's no Monopoly madness, let me tell you. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, you can disregard this one as it was just DLC cleanup for my second favourite Call of Duty titles. It was brilliant, wasn't it? Subnautica Below Zero, I used the dev commands to pop almost all of the trophies. Even then I had to consult half a dozen guides to find the solutions to make them pop. Yeah, I haven't done this one, but even the first one, so many kind of buggy trophies, it was weird. So I'm not kind of looking to play this one, to be fair. Trying to complete story, I'm proud of this one. This was so incredibly frustrating at times, but thankfully I had two legends with me. Big thanks to MI Player and Excellence for doing this one with me. A few of the levels didn't count for one or both of the lads who had to replay a large portion of the game on hardcore. I like the Trine series, but this tested my patience. Creeks, a brilliant little puzzle game that had me pulling my hair out at times, so I had to follow a guide for most of it. And what is this? Alex, what is this? So yeah, there's truth in this. So yeah, if you want me to say anything, even if it means me insulting myself, it's in my contract. I have to read whatever's on the screen. Apparently, Jeff reads anything you write down. So here goes. My name's Jeff, and I eat my own bogies. Seriously though, you lot are the best. Here's to next month. Everyone is the best. Are the best. All the best. Yeah, really are. And then Alex has posted the smallest picture in the world. I think even if we expand that a little bit, you may be able to get a little bit of a look. If you guys again want to pause the video, zoom in by 8 million%, you might be able to see it in the end. But yeah, cracking month, Alex. Cracking month indeed. So we've got Bartek. So after long holidays, I finally could start hunting. So we've got Violetti. What is that? It's a cheap platformer, my first ever. I'm so bad, not going to lie, and I'm happy I got the plat. We've got Spirit Far. This game is just raw. My favourite indie game I ever played. It took so long to plat because in between I had holidays. We've got Super Hot. Not much to say. I really enjoyed the game. Horizon Zero Dawn was just new game plus trophy cleanup. But yeah, we always give Horizon a cheeky mention. Great games. Far Cry New Dawn. Good game. Pretty happy to play more Far Cry. Medieval is in progress with Tiny Tina. Overall, pretty happy with all games. It's time for the best month. But yeah, great little month, Bartek. Really like what you've done, what you've worked towards, what you've finished. Really, really solid. Love to see it. Cinderates was wanting to get more this month, but I don't think I kind of will. Very happy with these 5. Final Fantasy VII Remake became one of my favourite games at the end of it all. Yes! Sorry. A little bit excited. Became my second most played game of the last year behind Persona 5. Can't wait to go for the PS4 stack. South Park was fun and hilarious. Only thing is I had to do 3 playthroughs for the plat. Uncharted 3 was good. I have the main trilogy done. I'll eventually go for 4 and Lost Legacy. Bugsnax was fun. As a huge Pokemon fan. Oh, head's farting again. Now I'm skipping a line. Now I'm skipping Bugsnax. Why is that so hard to say, that line there? Bugsnax was fun. As a huge Pokemon fan, I like the trophy called Gotta Catch 'Em All. Just done it. Life is Strange was a cool, interesting story. I'll do the original Life is Strange probably for next month. He also started a few longer games this month that hopefully will be in the upcoming months. So yeah, I really look forward to seeing what else that you're doing, that you've got that you're going to be posting. But certainly with remakes, Cinderates, go in and do the Yuffie DLC. There's also some really tricky challenges in there, especially trying to fight Vice. So definitely give that a go. Let me know you get on with it if you decide to try it. There's a decent little challenge. So we've got Molly. Loved all the games I played this month apart from Twin Mirror. I don't know why, but I just couldn't get into the story at all, so was glad to be finished with it. Couldn't recommend Beyond a Steel Sky and We Are OFK enough though. I love those two the most and enjoyed going for the plats. Both tell cool stories, and I loved the soundtrack on OFK. So yeah, let's have a little look. Yeah, really, really nice. Some good games in there, Molly. Well played. Well played. So we've got Leon, just the 2 plats for me this month. Life is Strange Before the Storm was quite enjoyable and a very easy plat. None of the collectibles were too hard to find. Persona 3 Dancing was an alright rhythm game. Glad I got it on sale because I don't think it's worth the full price. The soundtrack for Persona 3 is very good, though, so I am glad I played it. Plat was fairly easy. The only trophies related to difficulties can be cheesed as well because of the modifiers that make these songs easier. Good month, Leon. Love to see it. Curtis the Weeb, a pretty good start for the year, if I do say so myself. I won't talk about every game, but I'll give you some of my favourites I've done. So Life is Strange. Wanted to play this for years, but never got around to it until now. And I'm very happy I did. This game is a masterpiece, no doubt about it. Yes, it does have its occasional hiccups, but it more than makes up for it in the story and character interactions alone. I totally agree. It was a phenomenal story. My hero one's Justice 2. My hardest platinum on my account. I don't play hard games, so take that as you will. I'm a big fan of the original series of My Hero Academia, and I got the 100% on Xbox for this game, so I thought I could just breeze through it again. Well, mission mode exists and completely ruined my plans. 8 out of 10 if mission mode didn't exist, 9 out of 10 for sure. Wow. One Piece World Seeker. I love this game, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the anime or manga of One Piece itself. Combat is fun, the world is beautiful, the DLC is fantastic. 7 out of 10, definitely pick it up. And then we've got the Lego Movie video game. One of my favourite games as a kid. Felt great to revisit this game. Not any of the best Lego game, but here we go again. It's all this reading, isn't it? That's my excuse. Not the best Lego game by any means, but the nostalgia made it enjoyable. 7 out of 10 overall. And then we've got another picture which is a little smaller, and I have already zoomed this in quite a lot for the purpose of the video for you guys, so it's kind of tricky to get it even further in without it then becoming blurry. So yeah, you can potentially see it there if you want to pause it, have a little look through. But yeah, really good month. Really good month. I am liking what I see. I like it. Oh, and here we go. Sure, you can source. What is this, you absolute goat? That is brilliant. And then I did catch this as well. So if we look at the first couple of games where he's got the ranks S, A, and F, and then he's added like Safakot to it. Brilliant. Love to see it. But look at those ultra rares. 1.86%. We've got one at 3%. 0.37% with Dreadnought. 0.54% with Dead or Alive. Wow. Wow. Absolute machine. Absolute machine you are. So, Dead or Alive 5, nice to have another 10 out of 10 difficulty game, according to PlayStationTrophies.org. Underrated fighting game that aged very well. This PS3 game has nicer graphics than a lot of PS5 games. The trophy grind is a bit ridiculous though. Dreadnought, speaking of ridiculous grind, this one is next level. The Starship Simulator concept is pretty cool, but the trophies are pretty garbage, and so's the experience. Thanks Odin for showing me the ropes and saving a bunch of time. Rive, fun and low-key hilarious indie game with some nice throwbacks for us old school players. Torment, Tides of Numenera. Numenera, we'll go with that. Kind of cool story, kind of jank everything else, controls, visuals, combat, etc. Also kind of proud of this one actually, because I played majority of the game on remote play with only my phone when I couldn't access the TV. Didn't know I could do that with the funky mock analog. Unbelievable month. Sure, you can source. Absolutely fantastic. So we have Visitor, just the one plat this month, but it was still a productive month. I spent most of my time earning relics in Crash Bandicoot 4, and I have 26 of 38 levels complete. Well done. Unbelievable. And I also finished off the Back for Blood and Human Fall Flat DLCs. Nice. The Last Guardian, the more I played this game, the more I loved it. A really fun game and really wonderful story. Yeah, it does look really good. Something I need to try, and the fact it's ultra rare as well, very well done. What are you saying, Dragon? What are you saying? So CSGO, this game exists on the PlayStation 3, believe it or not. It never got any updates. The game was alright. I had to do everything against bots, which was frustrating because of having to kill an airborne enemy for a bronze trophy as the servers are closed. Thanks, Valve. Wrecked, Revenge Revisited. Played the previous game on the PS2 called MASH Drive to Survive, and both games are basically micro machines. Highly recommend, except it's only available on the EU store. And then we've got Golf with Your Friends. So Glitchy Mess, whenever the ball went out of bounds, the game wouldn't respawn, me basically making the under par trophy invalid unless I restarted the course. That's not good. But yeah, great month overall. Very well done there, Dragon. And we get LC Gatsu. How you doing, my friend? So January was a pretty good month for me, where I cleared a lot of backlog. Pinball Heroes, a bit of a grubby one, but it was cool to play on some tables themed around some PS3 era exclusives. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, a fun game and the closest I'll get to enjoying a Souls-like. I finished the story a while ago, but went back to clean up collectibles and miscellaneous trophies for the plat. Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, this was another collectible cleanup. Honestly, one of my favourite Lego games, as it's based on my favourite Star Wars film. Favourite Force Awakens, interesting. I mean, I enjoy them. I enjoy them all. Star Wars, of course. Even the poop ones like Attack of the Clones and The Last Jedi. I still enjoy them because Star Wars. But Force Awakens favourite. Yeah, for anyone who cares, Empire Strikes Back, number 1. Revenge of the Sith, number 2. Rogue One, number 3. 3 unbelievable. The rest of them are all great, and then, like I said, there's some weaker ones, but love Star Wars. It can be absolutely rubbish, and I'll still enjoy it. Enough about Star Wars. Yeah, so I'm really glad that that you enjoyed it and you've even put there just a fun, chill time. We've got another Lego game, Lego Movie, the video game, another collectible cleanup. This was an easy one, but pretty dull, honestly. One of my least favourite Lego games, but certainly one of the easiest. Yeah, it really was. A lot shorter, isn't it, as well, than some of them. Marvel's Avengers. As one of the few people that genuinely like this game, I've wanted to get this plat for a while, but it was sat with one trophy remaining for a long time because it was incredibly grindy. Well, this month I went through that grind and finally got the platinum. It was a long time coming. Very well done on that one. Was it the Hives by any chance? I mean, I don't know the exact number, but I do believe I did. Yeah, I'd done more than 50. It just wouldn't pop. It was definitely glitched, but eventually got it. And do you know what? I'm also one of those few people as well. I actually quite enjoyed the game. Um, yeah, it really didn't bother me what they put out. I think they could have been quicker with their additional content. I think there was a time where they promised like new characters every month, and that just didn't come to fruition, and I stopped playing it. But I think overall it was a decent little game. It's a little bit repetitive, but you know what games aren't. Deliver Us the Moon, a pretty interesting adventure game with more actual game mechanics than a game like this would normally have. However, the story did leave me feeling pretty unfulfilled by the end. Foxyland, another pretty grubby one. Pretty much only played it because it's one of the few games you can still get cheap on the Vita. Ratchet and Clank, a beloved franchise for me and the second step in my journey to get the complete Ratchet series. No one told me how stupidly hard the final boss is. Also, there was a massive grind for Bolt at the end, which took a while, but overall I had a great time going back to this classic and can't wait to tackle the rest of the series. Very, very good month. Really enjoyed going through that. Gatsu, that was class. Darth Boothie, only the one plat this month, but it's a good one. Finally went back and finished it after I drunkenly missed an Albed primer at home. If you have played the game, then you know it cost me half a replay of a pretty long game, and just had to finish all of the sphere grids and Zanmato, Yojimbo 5 times in a row, which is RNG dependent, and the mega boss at the end. Very happy to get this one done. Yeah, it's still something I'm grinding out as well. Boothie. It's obviously kind of took a back seat because of all the other games I'm playing, but I do just need to kill a few of the Dark Aeons, complete the sphere grids. But yeah, can't wait to get this one finished. And I see in there that you started 10.2 HD. You'll have to let me know how you're finding it. It's one of my least favourite Final Fantasy games, even though I'm a huge fan of the series. You'll have to let me know kind of how you're getting on and what you think of it. Next Silver, what have we got here? This month wasn't as plat heavy as I thought it was, as I didn't expect Goat Sim to take anywhere near as long as it did, but it was overall a pretty decent month and a solid start to a Grub 3, a Grub 3, a Grub 3 2023. It's because I had it in my mind, I was saying 2023. Can't even speak, can I? Omno, a short and sweet little puzzle game that's free on PS Plus, took me around 6 hours from start to finish, completely blind, and I would do it again if I had the chance. Moving out, I managed to platinum this and clean the DLC up this month. It was my first plat of 2023, but the DLC meant it ended up completed near the end of the month. Fun little game with some frustrating objectives, but Team 17 are yet to disappoint with these games. So Goat Simulator, this was another platinum and full DLC completion. The plat took me 3 days, but the janky ass DLC took me over a week to complete. I'm never doing it again, and you shouldn't either. Yeah, some of it was bad. I mean, as I've mentioned a couple of times, I didn't have any problems with the base game. But yeah, some of the DLC trophies were very finicky. I think it was like the space one. Some of the trophies in there were a bit weird. Yeah, not for me that, never again. Coffee Talk, a couple of hour visual novel where you're a barrister. Absolutely love this game, but I still think idle AFK trophies are pointless endeavours. Barely Men at Sea, this was fun. You should play it if you haven't already. It's basically 3 beardy blokes get lost at sea. How many ways can we kill them off? A Short Hike, another lovely albeit short game with Animal Crossing elements. This was definitely my favourite game. Completion this month, and I'd recommend it in a heartbeat to anyone who'd listen. Play this game. You heard her. Play this game. Virginia and The Last Stop, lumping these together as they were made by the same people, and I didn't particularly like either of them. Virginia? We'll let you off for that. I nearly said the other word, didn't I? Virginia was definitely the weaker of the two, but was quick enough to claw myself through using a guide. Very, very nice month next. I mean, you say grub free, but Burley Men at Sea, we'll let you off because it requires 12 playthroughs. Oh, the king and the winner of last year's leaderboard, Safu. What a guy! What a guy! 7 plats, 3 100%, a new game plus DLC cleanup on Callisto. Started New Year with a lot of indie and chill games. Nice. So what have we got in here then? So yeah, Callisto Protocol. You finished off Origins, done Abzu and Inside. Nice. Wolfenstein Young Blood. Spiritfarer. Chicory Colourful Tale. Spirit of the North. Terrorway Unfolded. Fist. Valiant Hearts of Great Wars. Really, really good month. Safu, really, really good month. Master, good month. I'm very pleased. 5 platinum. Victor Vrana only finished the DLC. Nevertheless, the game is a hidden gem. 46 new ultra rares, and after 792 hours, I finally finished Diablo 2, 9 out of 10 with a nice milestone. Very, very impressive. Master, what a month! Unbelievable, unbelievable. Oh, here he is. He's the boy. Or Flick. Got 3 plats this month. Got both Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, aka OG Uncharted. Little Big Planet 3. Far Cry 5 was DLC cleanup with Onyx. I did Hawken with the Great Excellence. Human Fall Flat was also DLC cleanup. Nice job on the plats, everyone. Happy hunting in February. Great little month Flick. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jeff. Ryan Alex 92. 9 platinums this month, which I'm happy about. Summer backlogs, as you see on here. Beach Buggy Racing, COD Advanced Warfare, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Twum, A Plague Tale Innocence, Ghost of Tsushima, Titanfall 2, Deliver Us the Moon, and Biomutant. Finished DLC for Ghost Recon Wildlands and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Crash 4 is coming next month. I look forward to seeing that Crash 4 platinum. Well done, everyone, on your plats this month. Great month from yourself. Absolutely love to see it. And yeah, can't wait to see that Crash 4 plat next month, buddy. So we've got Sturzy, 2 platinums and 1 100%. Done okay for not gaming a lot this month. So we've got the Spot the Difference 100%, Monster Energy Supercross, and Mia's Christmas platinums. Nice. King Shrog, not a very productive month, but one I'm very proud of. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, definitely one of my favourite games of all time. I adore everything about it. Nice. Horizon Zero Dawn, not much to say because I don't remember much, but those collectibles were putting me off, so I'm glad I got it done. Goat Simulator, I unironically love everything about this game except those hitboxes. F those hitboxes. Damn. Cuphead, absolutely brilliant game. I loved it, but definitely one of the most frustrating games I've played in a good while. Yeah, Cuphead was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Go and play the Delicious Last Course. It's just adds to the fun. It really does. Hurricane, 4 plats this month. Could have gotten more, I'm assuming, but I haven't been feeling well. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, now, or if not, I hope you get better soon. Get back to that gaming grind, but still a really, really solid month with Attack of the Toy Tanks, Bunny Raiders, Word Search by Paugi, and Run Sausage Run. Raven's Code, it was a bit of a goat as well, picking up a few wins in the monthly reviews. I played too much FIFA this month, so that speaks for the month itself. 3 plats with 100% completion on Walking Dead Season 2. Yeah, hopefully you have that FIFA 23 platinum soon, because it's not nice, but really, really good month, Raven's Code. So we've got Catlord 732. Not as good a month as last, but Yakuza 0 took a lot of my time. Spyro 1, I'd say this was my favourite one since I remembered it the most and managed to go through without missing a lot of the stuff the first time round. 8 out of 10 difficulty. Sorry, 8 out of 10 difficulty. Imagine Spyro was like that. 8 out of 10 fun, 1 out of 10 difficulty. Yakuza 0, this game's story is amazing and combat is very fun to play around with when you get good at it. The mini-games drain my soul though, but the soundtrack's pretty good. Nice. 7.5 out of 10 difficulty. Spyro 2 was alright, another chill platinum, pretty similar to the first in design, but some of the orbs I did have to look up. We've got Lego DC Supervillains. I did most of this last year, but I thought it was a great idea to decide that I wouldn't need red brick multipliers. I was humbled immensely, spent 2 hours punching the same thing over and over to grind studs, but that was due to my own stupidity. The DLCs were rather simple and enjoyable, so it's not all bad. Nice. Spyro 3 was probably my least favourite of the bunch, but it did make me a bit sad. It make you collect everything. Most of this was a breeze aside from the twin dragon fight, which took like half an hour for some reason. Yeah, it was a little awkward. That I do remember that twin dragon fight being a bit annoying. Bluish Diamond 45. Not a huge month, but still a pretty good start to the year. Ape Escape really wasn't that enjoyable. It's aged terribly, but at least it was a pretty fast platinum, so that's something. Also, I forgot that the rewind existed on PS1 games, so I didn't use it at all. Little Big Planet 3, Where Do I Begin? Really fun game, but with an extremely glitched trophy list. I had problems with 3 trophies, not because they were hard, but because they glitched on me. But in the end, I finally got the platinum. I don't recommend trying to get this one. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Sly Raccoon, if you want to get European about this, in the Simon Miller. Great game, a childhood classic. This is one of the most straightforward trophy lists that I have, and I enjoyed it a lot. Also, this was the first game that I've streamed, and it worked really well, actually. Very nice. And you've also done The Last of Us Part 1. Do I even need to say anything? Absolutely fantastic game, and the remake has improved an already beautiful game so much in the graphics department that I'm going to be playing this game over and over again just for the graphics, and I don't even care about the graphics in the slightest. Also, this was the first time that I have experienced the whole of The Last of Us, really. Wow. Well, I'm glad you feel the same way about it as I do, because it is an absolute masterpiece. Overall, I'm pretty happy, even though this has been a very easy month for me. Also really close to getting the Ratchet & Clank 3 up your Arsenal Platinum, so don't be surprised if that shows up next month. Look forward to it. I look forward to it. So, MI8 player, what have you done? 2 plats this month. Wreckfest had fun, not too difficult, nice to smash cars up for a change. Trying 2, helping with Alex and Excellence with backlog and some nice ultra rares. Hardcore was a mess. Yakuza Zero's minigames are draining. The love I had for the fighting and the story with every 0.01% completed. Some good progress on Brawlout, first game of the ultra rare friends, friends. Big boost of 2023. Ghost of Tsushima and Killing Floor DLC cleanup thanks to Abood and the other lads for the raid carry. Great month, buddy. Love to see it. Love to see it. John's near 07. Haven't been playing many games this month. Hotline Miami and Uncharted were short backlog cleanups. Marvel Spider-Man, I had to finish the 3rd DLC. Now I've got the plat on both versions. In Overwatch, I popped a random trophy for the new character. Got the plat already in January 22. Brawlhalla was the biggest grind I've done in a video game. Probably took me like 120 hours for a few DLC trophies. Wow. Dragon Quest Builders 2 and Last of Us Part 1 are games I'm playing right now. I've been busy the last few weeks and didn't have time to get them plats. Yeah, really good month, John's here. Yeah, very, very nice indeed. And I look forward to seeing the Dragon Quest and Last of Us Platinums in February. The end of February, it'll be good to see. So we've got Shira. Very productive month in terms of Platinum. So Gran Turismo 7, probably one of the best car games. Trophy side, it's a pretty easy game. Except for the licenses trophy, you need at least some skill. Yeah, I agree. There is an element of skill. There's a few of the... I remember doing them. I think it's when you're in the Formula 1 car driving around Laguna Seca. You pretty much had to be near perfect for that one. And then was it the one where you were driving were you in a Ford GT going around Spa? And I suppose there's only the racing line, which is kind of damp, and then the rest of the road is wet. So yeah, if you're not perfect, then you're going to fall into the wet part of the road and you've lost it. So yeah, there's a bit of skill and some others in there that were a little bit tricky, but I can totally see where you're coming from. The 3 legendary cars trophy, you need to farm 30 million credits to buy all 3. Not really enjoyable, even though there's a method for fast farming, and the 50 online races. Really annoying if you like playing alone. Any unmissable game for the ones that love cars. Oh, sorry, an unmissable game for the ones that love cars. Great stuff. I'm glad you liked it. Really glad you liked it. Far Cry Primal. This is just cleanup for the 2016 time. It was a pretty good game, even if it has aged a lot. Trophy size really straightforward. Yeah, totally agree. One of the weaker Far Cry games, but still enjoy it. Probably the weakest. The Council, really good game, except if you're bored by historical things. Technically isn't perfect, but still enjoyable. Easy platinum, but there are some missable trophies. Jack 2 and 3, perfect games if you played them as a kid. Really annoying trophy, but it's a great remaster. Ape Escape, nothing to say about this one. Really bad, aged game, but still fun. And if you played it when you were a kid, you're going to enjoy it. Easy platinum with the rewind option. LA Noire, great game from Rockstar, not to be missed if you like noir atmospheres and investigation. The trophies are easy, except for the trophy that requires you to drive all the cars that spawn random in the city. Yeah, that one was a little bit annoying. It really was. Siphon Filter 1 and 3, bad game, easy platinum. Cheats are available, and if you want in the third, you can do all the trophies with them. When it came out, it was innovative and well done, but aged bad. Pretty much everyone said that, to be fair. And then we've got Titan, Crisis Core FF7 Reunion, a game I missed out on growing up due to not having a PSP. Was hoping for an FF7 Rebirth tease, but still a great game with some amazingly cheesy writing. Like 80% of the trophies are missable, but you can knock them all out in New Game Plus within a few hours. Nice. Nier Replicant, absolutely incredible game and severely underrated. Currently stuck grinding out materials to fully upgrade all weapons before I go for the last 2 endings and finish the platinum. Overwatch 2, nothing to really say here. Played this with friends a couple times this month and just a few trophies I got without even trying. Persona 3 Portable, my addiction for the latter half of this month. There's possibly some glitched trophies, so fingers crossed I don't miss out on a 200-hour platinum due to that. Great month, absolutely fantastic. And then we've got Golden XP. So Vertigo, Alfred Hitchcock inspired game by Pendulo, audio design is poor, game is a fine mystery. Garfield Lasagna Party, simple, fun party game, super easy to plat. You can only play the mini games to get this, no need for the snakes ladders game. Puzzle Frenzy, so-so puzzle game. Still Stand, interactive comic about a depressed person in Copenhagen. Yeah, I don't know what that is. And that, ladies and gentlemen, actually brings us to the end of the monthly Platinum Collection. So whilst, certainly start thinking about who is going to become the People's Champion. So for those of you who are new to the server, in a moment I'm going to reveal the leaderboards where we've got a kind of guaranteed champion, which will be the server's monthly champion. Don't then vote for them because your vote won't be counted. So then the next person in line who you think deserves the People's Champion vote, yet start considering it now. But like I've always said, it doesn't have to just be the person with the most platinums or, the best average rarity. It could be someone who's stepped out the comfort zone. They've maybe pushed themselves to do something, they wouldn't ordinarily have done, and you think that they, maybe deserve it. But yeah, absolutely love what you guys have done in January. It's really inspired me to go and push in, in my games and also play some others, which is what it's all about. You should be all very, very proud of yourselves. Can't wait to see what happens through February, and then when we do it next month, see what you guys have kind of done then as well. But yeah, really, really impressed by, each and every one of you. So yeah, without further ado, we'll move on to the leaderboards. So it's leaderboard time, and I can't wait to see who is going to be the winner of our first month. Again, brand new year, isn't it? So everyone's got a chance, and this is why I want everyone to get involved and get joined in. It's going to be great. So yes, as I mentioned, Saffocat has taken over the leaderboard. My good friend Leggy, just due to commitments and things, has passed the mantle over, and I just want to say thank you first of all to Saffocat for taking time out of his own busy schedule to do this for me, and may I say he's done a cracking job as well. So similar format in terms of what's scoring you points then. So we've got 3 areas, the number of plats in the month, the average rarity across your platinums, and also your rarest platinum as well. So you can earn a maximum of 20 points in each area. And then we've also got another area now, kind of a bonus area where you can score some extra points. So in the server we'll have our game club game where you can pick up some points, whether you're doing 8, 9 and 10 out of 10 difficulties, which is based off of PSN profiles, remember guys. So yeah, there's a few other little areas where you can pick up these extra points, which should hopefully make things a little bit more interesting. I am kind of hoping that you guys can see it as well. So if it is on a smaller device, I do apologize if things are a little bit smaller. It's just kind of having to try and squeeze it all in where it's all on kind of one page. But yeah, we'll kind of move through. So similar to last time, we've initially got a kind of overview page where we've got everyone who's submitted their 3 platinums at minimum. Kind of running across, you'll be able to see the rarity of each of the platinums they've earned, and then we've got these stats boxes, haven't we? So your average, your amount, and then the rarest plat as well. So kind of using, not to call you out, Bottyfish, but to use Bottyfish as an example, like I said I would, where me and Robert had a conversation around sort of grubby titles, would we include them? But again, we can't judge people for what they want to play, so they are in there, and you'll see that they're, you know, I'll give that one away straight away. They've kind of come first in the area of most platinums at 17, but because of all of these platinums, you can see it's completely diluted their average rarity at like 80%. So there is the caveat to it there that yeah, you're going to get loads, however your average rarity is going to suck, isn't it? And then, you know, you're not going to pick up any points there, and if you're only focusing on those, then your rarest plat might not be super duper rare. I know they've put in a 15.93% game as well, but yeah, you kind of get where I'm coming from anyway. But yeah, without further ado, we'll kind of scroll down a little, and apologies if I'm in the way in the corner as well. I was going to try and make myself a little bit smaller just to fit it in. But yeah, we'll kind of move down. We'll do one category at a time, and then we'll reveal kind of the winner. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. Very, very excited indeed. So if we keep going then, we've got the first kind of area then, which is points for the amount of platinums. So the one that I'd kind of already given away really, which was with Bottyfish picking up the first 20 points available of the year. Rob will be unhappy, because I know when we were speaking he said he had 16. I think he was expecting to pick up those maximum points, but yeah, there's only 1 point in it, dude. But yeah, really, really good month for a lot of you. It's really, really good to see. But yeah, Bottyfish picking up the 20 points there. So then we move on to points for the rarest platinum, and watch people start working it out as we go on, trying to sort of work out the winner. So points for the rarest platinum, so Shoryuken Source, as we know, picked up a 0.3% rarity platinum, which is just absolutely insane, picking up those 20 points. So yeah, really, really impressive. I mean, look at the rarity of some of these. So many ultra rare platinums earned, you know, in the month of January. It's been absolutely fantastic. And then we kind of move on to the last area. So this is where we look at the points of the average rarity. So this is across all of the platinums that you've earned within January, and then we look at that average and look at Shoryuken Source again, because of the games that he's been playing. 1.44% average rarity, which is just absolutely insane. Excellent will be kicking himself that he's put that grind in only to get second place. Look at Flick as well in the top 3. Really, really good to see. Again, you know, you guys have absolutely smashed it. So you might kind of have worked it out. Is it Shoryuken? Is it not? I mean, he didn't get any points from the first, you know, the first part of it, which was the number of platinums. So, or did he? I'm going to have a look. Should we quickly see? I'm probably giving it away, aren't I, before we get there, but I'm just kind of questioning myself. Didn't think I'd seen him. No. So yeah, no points on that one, so it's sort of working it out as we go, who's the winner. But yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing the kind of final table for January, seeing where it all starts. Let's reveal the winner for January. And of course it's Shoryuken Source, of course it is. So yeah, as we can see, although they didn't pick up any points in the first area for number of platinums, they've came first in both the rarest platinum of January and also the average of their platinums across the ones that they'd earned. But what's really done it is, I mean, although they would have still come third, what's picked it up there is the bonus 25 points for completing a 10 out of 10 game. So that's kind of the what we were looking for to show encouragement, maybe pushing for these harder games. There's a bit of an incentive, isn't there, with doing these more difficult ones. But yeah, due to that, he's sort of jumped from what would have been third straight into top spot. And yeah, what a month. So yeah, as of January, Shoryuken Sauce leads the way. Shoryuken, absolutely love to see it. I'll kind of scroll down a little bit as well, so everyone can kind of see where they ended up. But yeah, if you see what I mean, look with that Botty Fish, yeah, they did 17 platinums, but then it was 0, 0, 0 in the other areas. So they're still kind of middle of the park, really, even just for doing the platinums that they've done. But yeah, everyone's been picking up some points, which is quite nice to see this leaderboard. Sorry if I've gone through it quite quick, but of course feel free to just pause that video there. And then what my good pal Safu has done for me as well is we've just added a little bit more in, just to sort of discuss more than anything. So as we know, club game was Biomutant, which is a 3 out of 10 difficulty, one playthrough at 30 hours. Won't touch too much on the game because we've spoke about it a lot in the monthly platinum collection and when I've spoke about it in general. Rarest platinum of the month was of course Dreadnought at 0.37% earned by Shoryuken Sauce, of course. We had 47 users participate, which was unbelievable. I'd like to see that number kind of increase. You know, as we know, we're over 170 members now in the Discord. It's absolutely booming. You know, absolutely love to see it. But what that means there is there are a lot of you who aren't submitting the platinums. And just remember, although you need a minimum of 3 to get on the leaderboard, you can post even with just one. You know, even if it's just one platinum, get it in there so I can talk about your amazing efforts. Total amount of plats, 229 platinums from the 47 members that posted, which is unbelievable. We had 26 ultra rare platinums, and then the average across all platinums was 34.56, which is actually pretty good, because if we look at, you know, I'll use Excellence as an example, he kind of pushes this stat. 34.56, if that was like one person's profile across all those, yeah, I think it's a pretty good number, you know, if we're looking at what everyone has been playing. But yeah, absolutely unbelievable, you know, what you guys have done. The leaderboard started off really, really well. Shoryuken Sauce absolutely smashing it. I can't wait to see what you post in February and kind of where we go, you know, from there. Yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. It really means a lot. I'll leave some links in the description to the Discord to come and join us if you haven't and want to come and join in all this crazy madness and have a laugh. We'd love to, you know, see you in there. Other than that, as always, I've been Jeff. Goodbye.